Welcome to Comic Toy Reviews. This is a review on Steve Rogers. This is Captain America outside of his costume and his comic book look in recent years. Nice card art in the back. Goes, Steve Rogers, salute the super soldier, the unstoppable Steve Rogers. One thing I found interesting is there's no reference to him being Captain America. Sure, he has the shield, but they don't mention Captain America anywhere in the packaging. Steve Rogers, part of the Return of Marvel Legends by Hasbro. And this is a great action figure. And before we get to the details, I'll show you what else it has. It has this piece of paper, and it says Tales of Terrax 1 of 6. It's basically a little sheet of paper telling you some details about the Build-A-Figure. And Steve Rogers has the lower torso of Terrax. So right here, this whole area, the lower body, that's what Steve Rogers has for the Build-A-Figure piece. This will be a separate review. It also has these two weapons, hand pistols. Silver in color, but no real detailing in terms of maybe they could have had some different colors like the handle here or something, but it's just silver in terms of how it looks. The lower half of the gun here, that looks cool in terms of details like that. And he does hold the weapons real easy on his hands, and you could even see it by the trigger. Nicely done. And he has as well Captain America shield on his back. It's on a peg right in the back there, and you're supposed to flip this out and you could fit it on his hand at the wrist area like this, or you could fit it on his other wrist hand here. No problem in terms of look. This action figure has a solid Captain America shield. That's the way you could tell. This shield is solid in color and in look. The variant has a clear plastic shield. Also, this version, these straps are all dark, the leather straps, in terms of the color. The variant has a lighter straps in terms of the color. The brown color is lighter on the variant. And this color is, it's hard to tell. It's like almost black, but it's not. It's just a little lighter. And I heard the variant, even though I haven't seen it in the store, but that variant has a black bodysuit, so it's darker in color, just a little bit. Maybe, I'm not sure which one you prefer, one or the other, but since they're so similar in style, I was just happy to find either one. But this is the one I saw, and sticking with this one. It looks really cool. I mentioned he does have these two handguns, but there's no holster here. Kind of odd in that there's no place to store the weapons anywhere. This look is pretty new in the comic books. When he gave his identity to Winter Soldier, who was Captain America for a while, he became the head of S.H.I.E.L.D., Steve Rogers, also known as Captain America. And so out of costume, this is what he wore in his look. It's a pretty modern style, and yet I like it. It looks good to have a Captain America action figure that's out of costume, and he's not just in the Captain America suit with the mask off, but has a different look to him. And this is cool here. You can see like the shirt has a star here and stripes here. It's sort of like a non-costume, but it's also a costume type of look. If you get what I'm saying. It's a non-costume, but in a way it is a costume. You can see here that the hands, nicely detailed in terms of the hands, how they made it between the paint applications, between the glove and normal hand color here. This area, it's a unique sculpt in the belt detail. Looks really good here. A little thigh thing here, but you can't take it off. And you see the red stripes on the side. And the boots here have a really detailed sculpt. You can see the straps. The whole thing is pretty unique. So the lower half is detailed as well. And since these straps are a separate sculpt and could be removed, and since this area also could be removed, I wouldn't be surprised if Hasbro at some point does reissue this body mold for other action figures. I mean, if you just change the head, and you change the forearm area here, and you change below the knee here, you could use this body mold to make other action figures. It looks that way. One thing I like to notice is, look at that sculpt of Steve Rogers. It looks really good. It looks like the comic book character in terms of the hairstyle and just the overall look. I'm not sure which artist they used to interpret the character this way, but it does look like the character. And between Face Off, Unmasked Steve Rogers, or this one, I think this one might look more like Steve Rogers in the comic books than the Face Off Unmasked version. It's a good look for the character. It's a nice, serious type of style to it. It is kind of funny that when he's no longer Captain America or has his shield, he decides to carry a pair of handguns, which you'd think if he likes handguns so much, why doesn't he carry one when he's Captain America? Articulation wise, very detailed. The head, side to side, no problem. Down, really good range. Up, has a really good range as well. Ball jointed shoulders, up and down, side to side. Has the upper bicep articulation there. Has the double elbows. Right above the forearm here, articulation point. But there is no wrist articulation in terms of in and out. And there is no finger articulation. But it is in a position to hold weapons. And has a trigger finger there. Same thing on the right arm. Forearm, can 360 there. No articulation for in and out on the wrist. And the right hand is open, but it has like a trigger finger. So it can hold weapons. Upper body articulation here. Good ab crunch up and down and side to side at the waist. Ball jointed hips. Can go side to side. Can go up and down at the waist area. These straps here don't get in the way much. Has a double knees. Other than the double knees, there is no articulation at the boot area here, but the feet can go up and down, and you can turn it a little side to side, but the sculpt wise, this part does get in the way in terms of posing the feet because of the whole boot area here. And no toe articulation, so it's just plain like that. But the boots are sculpted pretty nicely, the bottom area there. Overall, Steve Rogers, part of the Return of Marvel Legends action figure. Good figure. As I said, it's nice to see Captain America out of costume. He's the leader of S.H.I.E.L.D. in this look as well. Really cool figure. One worth getting as he's part of the Return of Marvel Legends by Hasbro. So thanks for watching and talk to you later. I'm sure you're surprised like many. When Captain America is out of costume, it's time to brandish the weapons. Captain America, the showstopper, the icon, is here.